I mean, I do want to go there and definitely beat NA or LTA,
Yeah.
because they have been winning or like doing better than us in international tournaments the last few years, at least in Worlds. So
And before starting this video, we have to quickly thank our sponsors in Oli for helping us provide you with all this content. And as always, please, if you are looking for some energy drinks and some tasty beverages, make sure to check out the Oli website for some really nice products and use the code SE5 at checkout for €5 discount or SE10 for 10% discount on any purchase that you do on the website. And once again, thank you so much to Oli for sponsoring this content. And now, please enjoy the interview. All right, today was the upper bracket finals for G2 in the LEC 2025, and I'm in the presence of BrokenBlade, the victors after a monster performance against KC 3-1 today. And I mean, BrokenBlade today, obviously you played really well, but one thing I would like to highlight is also I've seen Lebrov grow a lot lately, and do you think this is finally the time for people to start putting some respect on the name of Lebrov James?
I think can you hear me? Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I mean it's bound to happen once we lift the trophy. That people put respect on our names. I mean it's very easy for people to pinpoint like other players, especially like when you come to a winning team and you don't like start off winning, right? Like obviously like week one, talking about week one here, like everyone was like losing their minds, like hey, G2's not making it, not making it the Worlds, and we're just in winter, like. So I think it's very funny. Like we spent every day with him. We spent every day with Labrov, Skimont, Memento as well, who are the new guys, but they have integrated themselves really well, and every day is very nice to work with them. Get better at playing League of Legends, and today I feel like was a very nice showing from everyone. I feel like Labrov today was on fire. He was like a Giga Chat, just locks in Blitzcrank and just hooks everyone. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it almost felt personal in game one with Kalist. Like, you gave him the treatment, honestly, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he didn't have a nice game.
Yeah, but as you said, like a lot of people have been doubting this G2, especially for week one. Like everyone loves to overreact, right? With how the early games go, and in the end, G2 always end up on top. And now you find yourself in the finals once more. And I mean, I just have to ask you: can any team contest with G2? And I mean, do you expect anyone, like whoever ends up coming from the lower bracket, to put up a fight against you in the finals at this point?
I mean, we always are like humble in terms of like how we take opponents, and like honestly, KC has been good. Like I feel like KC they played a bit worse than they usually do. I have to say, like this is my honest opinion. I think we also played really well today. I have to say that. I think it's a little bit of both. When it comes to those teams, I feel like KC and Fnatic are the ones challenging us the most in practice and also on stage. I mean, these were the teams that took games from us, right? From before as well in the regular split. And I think it will be like this. Hopefully, it will be like this. I feel like this rivalry where we push each other is something that is just amazing. Obviously, at the end of the day, I want to be the one winning. I don't want KC to win, so I have to work even
Yeah.
harder than them, right? And yeah, today we were better, and on Sunday we will be better as well.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of how KC played, was it all according to what you expected today? Is there anything you think like they maybe did good that like you have to improve on for next match as well? I mean, especially we can look at game two, right?
I think for game two it was more that we did something bad rather than they did good. I feel like we didn't play our comp very well. I feel like the way we played the map was very nice, and how we set up fights was nice, but how we fought was very terrible. And this is something we have to look at. Like I feel like we were in such a good position. I think it should have been a 3-0 today with even the game two. Like we should have won that game two very convincingly with our champs. We had only going champs against like an immobile mage. I feel like this game should have been very easy. We got like 2k gold up and we're losing a Drake fight. I feel like this should not happen, right? And if you win that Drake fight, it was especially my bad. I ulted on Nocturne, which I don't think was great. And then the fight just went like like GG, you know, Insta. Um, but yeah, I think we brought it back really fast, right? Like I feel like the game was hard to play afterwards because now when we go in, you just lose. But we brushed it off really fast, you know, like going into game 3. Had a nice idea on how to counter their comps, so I was happy with that.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, in the LEC in general, it feels like, at least I guess it is like probably the opinion of most people. Maybe you are more humble about it, but people feel like you have been kind of uncontested in top lane for quite some time now, and we're seeing now a few different players step up to the challenge. And today you faced against Kana, who has been looking pretty good this split thus far. So I would just like to ask you, like, how was it playing against him today? What did you think of his level overall? And I mean, do you think that this is a player that maybe in the future could put more wrenches in your plans, I guess, as well?
I mean, Kana has been a player that has been strong for a very long time. The first time I played against him was in international tournament. I beat him there as well. But he's very skilled. I feel like he's very strong in the laning phase. Today, I feel like I was just having the upper hand. I feel like the matchups, how we play those, were just mostly in my favor. Obviously, a lot of respect to him. I think he's probably one of the top contenders when it comes to the role itself, and as like raw skill, I feel like he is very strong. There's a couple of other names, but for me, it's just important that I deliver performances that are to my standard and not to anyone else's standard. And for me, I also had bad games. You know, like if you look at the first game against KC, my Gragas was very bad, and for me, it's very easy to reflect on those things. You know, like why am I playing champions not to a certain level, and then if I can't, then I would just have to work around it or work myself to be good on this champion, right? And that is also why there are like sometimes crazy picks that I'm doing, right? Because this is something I put a lot of effort in to make it work. Like the Warwick or Swain or Cho'Gath, you know, like these are not normal picks, you know. So you also need to put the effort and like thought into it, you know. So
yeah. And I mean, as another question, it's a bit of a different topic as well. But I mean, obviously, I know you still have to focus on the finals, right? You still have a match ahead of you. But a lot of people are very curious about the level of the LEC. And obviously, we have first 10 coming up. We already have 3 teams qualified as well. So I do have to ask you, if the G2 we saw today, for example, was thrown into first 10 next week, like if you didn't have to play finals, what do you think is the level of the team currently? Do you think like you guys are already informed to contest other teams there, or is there still some work to be done?
I mean, I do want to go there and definitely beat NA or LTA, because they have been winning or like doing better than us in international tournaments the last few years, at least in Worlds. So I want us to regain our throne there. That is the first step. The other step, of course, is like, yeah, we want to go and match these guys. It's going to be a nice experience for Skewmont if you make it there. Hopefully we'll make it there. My hopes are definitely there, high up. And it's going to be interesting in how the newer players react to international tournaments, because I feel like me and my team, that like the remaining people from the roster, we know how we function when it comes to high pressure moments, international tournaments. So I'm excited for it. Hopefully, again, we will first have to win on Sunday to make it there. So the objective is Sunday first.
For sure. And another question I had for you, which I'm really curious about, is because obviously, I mean, as you mentioned, you prepared so many picks, right? The Warwick, the Swain, the Cho'Gath, and everything. And I just want to ask you, like, how do you come up with all these picks? Do you have like people helping you to theory craft all of these, or do you like see them in solo queue and just tell yourself like, oh, I want to try this or something? How do you come up with them?
I mean, I come up with it when either like I play against it and I feel like it's very strong. This was when I played against Twisted Fate top lane for the first time. I thought, okay, this guy can't be that good. The champion is broken. So, so that's how I started that. It can be with a lot of stats. Like we use stats a lot, especially with our analyst Rodrigo. He helps me with this. Sometimes it's trial and error. You know, like I'm like, oh, this could be good. I'm trying this. Sometimes something feels really good, and then it doesn't work on stage. It did happen before, but it's just like I can't tell you exactly what I'm doing because that would be giving away too
Yeah,
much. But it's
obviously.
like I have a good structure in this. I can tell you that I have a very good structure in how I make it good, and why it's good, and why I have the confidence to pick it is because it's ready, you know. Like, and if the situation for the champion also, if I pick Swain in a very good scenario, I don't have to be the best Swain in the world because the Swain champ is just OP in this game. And I feel like a lot of players, yeah, I mean, sorry, but it's true, you know, a lot of players don't have the confidence to be like, okay, just pick me Swain. You know, like Caps just picked Anivia today, and it was like a monster Anivia pick. It was like so good. They had 5 champions that Anivia was good against, and I feel like you need to have the confidence, especially in Fearless, to play those champions. And if you don't, that's fine. All right, like I feel like going for comfort is always okay, but having the confidence is important, right? To back it up. And I feel like we have the confidence. Like we are skilled players, so we are very good with this. We there's a lot of responsibility in playing a troll champ, right? Like if you lose, you're gonna be like, okay, I played the troll champion. So that's why we lost. So it's definitely something. It's like a double-edged sword, you know.
Yeah, for sure. We do have to close off, but just very quickly, I have a question from your social media manager, actually, from the G2 social media manager. Simply asking, when are we getting a Warwick game again?
When are we getting a Warwick game? I mean, maybe on Sunday. We'll see. You know, like the Warwick, it always comes like on a surprise note. So today we didn't play it. It was like on rest. You know, we played 2 games, so it had to rest a little bit. I had to show some other picks, but it's on Sunday probably.
Yeah. And do you have any last words for the fans?
No, thank you guys for supporting us through tough and good times. Obviously, the split has been some up and downs, but hopefully we will have the most support we can get on Sunday.
Perfect. Well, BrokenBlade, thank you so much for talking with us today. I wish you the best of luck on Sunday, and I mean, hopefully, I'll get to talk to you when you are in Korea as well. I mean, I'm projecting myself a bit there, but yeah. In any case, have a good night. See you soon, and
Thank you.
good luck on Sunday.
Thank you. Bye bye.